Revelio. Revelio.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Revelio.
Mine now, Demi guys.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Hello there, come on in. Plenty to look at here.
Revelio.
Let's look at what we have, shall we? Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Revelio.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
You have to have conviction to use an artist. Not everyone has that kind of skill.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Revelio.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find...
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
I wonder what Merlin would think of his
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the length...
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but...
I shall do all I can to get...
Very well. Here's the note I received.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Phil... I wondered if I might speak with you about your
Oh, tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him, as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry. I watched helplessly, lying there. I was shaken to my core. Still am.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this
I suppose I have no choice. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Revelio. Revelio.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you?
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you?
Please, sir, I'd like to help.
You know the Bickles? All right.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill. Mr. Hill's... We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention...
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive... He said, your secret is safe as long as I can supply it. I've been able to cover for his requests until now, but I can't keep it out for much longer.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before
Revelio.
Mr. Bickle returns. Where was I?
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. The footprints led to this room. There must be another fate.
Accio.
A hidden door.
Revelio.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
It's not gonna work. What? Using that girl as bait? Everyone's coming for her. You'll just kill her.
Harlow says her friend will be reckless enough. He wants them alive.
What student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone?
Just keep an eye out.
I've had enough of Feldcroft.
Come to think of it, months ago I...
Lower Hogsfield needs some...
Agricus totalis.
Suppose it is worth a look.
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Locks and guards, can't stop her.
Revelio.
you want to leave it at least a week before you go poking about the tracks of a street.
I'd take
Focus totalis.
Say what you will about Phil.
Revelio.
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the Hog's Head.
Expulso. You'll feel that tomorrow.
Shy? I'll see.
Glacis.
Disarm my wand, feel my wrath.
No!
Will you hold still?
Might want to look up.
Expelliarmus.
That's mine.
Expulso! Flash of inspiration.
Glacis.
Expulso!
Expelliarmus.
That's
Descendo.
Takes it.
Confringo. Accio. Levioso.
Quite conductive, aren't we?
What?
Revelio.
Hey.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Incendio.
You will pay. Expulso!
He must be here somewhere.
What are your thoughts on electricity?
Leviosa. Incendio. Glacius.
Death from above! Now,
Glacius.
might want to look up.
Descendo.
Expulso!
Glacius.
Expulso!
Defendo.
Revelio.
You found us! I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
Over here. I need your help.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
worried about you.
I am all right. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill. I need you to find my wand.
Use my...
I need my wand for this. Using one with which...
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby.
Understood.
Your friend Natty...
Revelio.
Some my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there.
My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Confringo! Incendio! Revelio! Aloha Mora. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found...
Well done. Now, you best...
Revelio.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade... In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to Black...
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk.
Yes, officer.
Well, it's certainly a good start. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Why, hello
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Revelio. Here's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned.
Yes, but only muggles fall to such ailments. You really do worry too much.
Revelio.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so
Once we tell them about the snake.
I hope you're right.
I suppose they are known for...
That's exactly the right word.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do.
Yes, of course. We'll meet with them, tell them about...
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No! Never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
He could have been a bit clearer, or stayed a moment and answered our questions.
Centaurs can be cryptic. Gran says no one talks more in circles than a centaur. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio.
Revelio.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far.
Hello. Are you here for Summoner's Court?
That I am. Don't expect to be as lucky here as you were in Crossed Wands. Speaking of which, care to lose?
Of course, Sean.
Then may the best summoner... Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Sting me with a billywig? I'll never top that. Accio! Precisely as planned. Such grace. Finesse. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Such grace. Finesse. Didn't I say I adore competition? Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely.
That's the spirit. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Such grace. Finesse. Accio! Precisely as planned. I'll remember that. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Such grace. Finesse. Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely.
That's the spirit. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Nice technique. Accio! Precisely as planned. Sting me with a billywig? I'll never top that. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Nice technique. Well, you are good. I'm not too proud to admit when I've lost. Where did you learn to play like that?
I practice as much as I can.
Practice, eh? I suppose I could try that. Well, you've only one opponent left now. I won't say more than that, but let's just say he's the best for a reason.
Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
I have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Then he and my mother. I know there is risk involved.
What does your mother think about all of them?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great... She misses him. As do I. But that does not mean...
Do you think your father would approve of the things we...
Oh my. That is a good question. But I think he, of all people, would understand my... And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that...
I'm sorry, Natty.
He was. True. We all have our burdens.
Yes, I remember.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders. And once he is gone, we are making progress. And thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found?
They are. I fear we have Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess.
Wait, is the next trial in the head...
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself.
I understand.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
How nice to see you.
Revelio.
What do we have?
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Descendo! Accio! Lumos! Levioso! Depulso!
I can't believe we found ourselves trapped in that scriptorium. Never again.
Now what am I supposed to do?
Pardon me, is everything alright?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So, we've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and... It was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions.
Is it really that important?
Is it really that? Those bells likely told a young we can't simply fiddle with...
It's certainly an odd decree.
I agree. I thought it might also...
I can.
Breaks out in a sweat every hour.
If only 2 bells are left.
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to... No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before.
Perhaps I could help.
Really? Oh, you're certainly of more help.
I imagine the bells are just inside in the bell. Revelio. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Confringo! Revelio. Lumos. Levioso! Revelio! bells must be upstairs.
Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Get one up, one to go.
Accio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Well, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't.
Revelio. Revelio.
Did? What do you mean, did? I am at
The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Ah, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means for me and for Hogwarts.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well, you'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student? Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this...
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future of the wizarding world.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Headmaster, here, what could he want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany, and it's...
Ah, yes! Mixed with, bubo tuba pus.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't...
I assure you, I am quite healthy.
Something is very wrong with Professor Black.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is your...
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
I should think you'd have better things to do with your time. Now, where's my elf?
Good day, Professor. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Oh no, it's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh. Very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
Of course I remember. It's the Black family reigns.
Is Master giving Scrope a test?
But certainly I remember. It's still stronger together, no?
Master has made Scrope laugh.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
Ahem. Attention! The Polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. Revelio.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Revelio. 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 The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the...
What can I expect?
A story.
I suspect there will be more to this.
Your suspicions are...
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. I need to time this just right. gone, for now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead. Ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be a way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Revelio. Now's my chance. Revelio. That's the way forward. I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power. Bombarda! Revelio! Defender! Revelio! Protego! Stupid! 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 Protego! Stupid! Revelio. Bombarda. Defendo, Descendo, to bolster, Bombarda. Defendo, Descendo. Bombarda. Defendo. Defendo. Descendo. Bombarda. Depulso. Protego. Defendo. Protego.
Revelio.
Stone. This must be for me.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
She's gone. Oh, poor Neve. Gone so young.
Let us always honor her memory.
We won't be the same without her.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands,
You saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Revelio.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I was amazed to see that it seemed to give her some sort of power, and that she could harness it. But how?
I worry that you seem more intrigued than repulsed. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Accio. Revelio. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Levioso. I should investigate.
Most goblins in my family worked in the mines at one time or other.
Petrificus totalis. Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Bombarda. Confringo. Depulso. Glacius. Accio. Professor Howard will never believe this.
That didn't touch your helm. Thank you for making me the first object of your suspicions. My friends are now, don't I?
Everything's all right now.
Could do with a nice mushroom stew.
There. I'm not going to hurt you. Confringo!
Glacier! Defender! Expelliarmus! Glacier! Defender! Glaciers! Defender! Glacier! Defender! Expelliarmus! Capulso! Glaciers! Defender! Potato! Glacier! Defender!
When the war is over, goblins will rule over wizards and knights.
Petrificus totalis.
Quiet.
You only have Ranrock to blame.
Better than patrol duty.
Petrificus totalis.
Someone, little moon calf, far from home.
Levioso! Revelio!
Goblins will finally rule over wizards.
Looks intriguing.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Confringo!
I'll give them what they deserve.
Petrificus totalis. Confringo. Who's Petrificus totalis?
What's happening?
Pity, you got one right. Leviosa. Accio.
No!
I will make
Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
This place has seen better days. Revelio. Looks rather dark in there. Never stopped me before. Could it be a Merlin trial? Merlin himself would be proud. Revelio.
I could be used for better things than this so-called patrol.
What do you have in store for me this time? Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. These Merlin trials won't get the best of me. Revelio. Oh, here's a pleasant surprise. Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Not so tricky after all, Merlin. Revelio.
No!
Ugh. Shame you're so foul.
Protego! Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. That's that. Settled.
Where others see darkness.
I'd say you're right. Dismal's more the word for it. But you know what they say? Dark skies before a storm, and we've had our storm. Fair skies will be upon us soon. You'll see that I'm right. Mark my words.
Huh. The location marked on the map isn't far from here.
They come after me and rest in 10 graves.
Revelio.
I wanted this to look back and have a job at a bank.
Trafficus Totalis. Revelio.
I tell you, lucky they've got protection charms. I'm sure it'd be harder to kill a mooncalf.
Trouble's brewing and I'm without my friends.
Tired of wasting my time on the foolish decisions of others. We've lost precious opportunities now. Opportunities.
Trafficus Totalis.
better than you.
So, the hunt begins.
Seems we may have an intruder in our midst.
Tragus Totalis.
Levioso! Show you. Levioso! Put it out as a Levioso! Levioso!
Bombarda. Revelio.
Levioso!
Revelio. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Accio!
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over poaching. Enough dumb beef for everyone.
Revelio. Depulso! Accio.
What's this?
Protego!
You'll have to fight him. You dare slay one of my own! You will!
Reparo. Revelio. Accio. Glacius! Expelliarmus! Defender! Confringo! Bombarda! Accio! Depulso! Accio! Confringo! Bombarda! Depulso! Protego! Depulso! Reparo! Accio! Revelio! I'll look after you. Accio! Levioso! Accio! Levioso! Levioso! Accio! Levioso! Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. Revelio! Revelio.
Nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio. Confringo! Accio! Incendio!
Anyone looking for trouble, found it in me.
Revelio.
Lumos.
That wasn't so difficult. Revelio. Likely this astronomy table will be best used when it's dark.